Give me what I want. Give me what I want. You know what I want. Give me what I want, or I'm gonna continue to hurt people you love. Give me what I want. Give me what I want. You know what I want. You just don't want to give it to me. Give it to me. Give me what I want.
We're gonna give you what you want.
That's not what I want.
What's up? What's up? Good evening, whatever you want to call it. I guess it's good night. It's past 10 where I am, obviously. AEW Collison just ended. And now we got our final set for the Finals and Owen Hart tournament. I'm sorry. That's going to be decided next week. Yeah. And we got the match that everybody was looking forward to. CM Punk and Samoa Joe, 15 years in the making since their last time they've been in a match against each other, one-on-one. That's actually great. Hey, Vortex. Go to sleep, Vortex. Yeah, I'm telling you to go to sleep. And this was a really good show, I thought. Some great matches in this show. Okay? Some solid matches in this show, I thought. Okay? And gosh, this whole show was actually pretty good, man, in my opinion. Collision. They were in Regina, Saskatchewan. A city you probably never heard of, if you're especially not Canadian. It's a very small city in Canada. It's in Saskatchewan, not really a well-known it's not like one of the big cities or one of the big provinces that people know about. But that's where AEW was this night for Collision. And yeah, the semifinals for the men's Owen Hart tournaments were settled tonight. Fortunately, the women's semifinals could not be settled tonight. Okay. The semifinal match between Willow Nightingale and Athena has been postponed to Rampage, this following Rampage on Friday, because Willow Nightingale is apparently, she suffered minor injuries from when she was in Japan, when she wrestled for New Japan and where she lost her title. She suffered some bone and bruises, all right? So she's not clear. She wasn't cleared for tonight. So her semifinal match with Athena will be taking place at Rampage. On Rampage. It's upcoming Friday, which is probably taped. It won't be live for Rampage. But this Collision was actually live, unlike last week's Collision, which was actually taped. So, I think we should get on with it. So let's get on with the show. We're gonna start off with the first match, guys. We're not gonna start off with the first match. Actually, they did do a highlight package of going over the history between CM Punk and Samoa Joe. Their history from the Ring of Honor days back in the early 2000s. Where CM Punk and Samoa Joe had epic trio matches. It's not obviously a lot of people, only hardcores know, because Ring of Honor was not widely available to be watched. It was not really on a big TV station or whatever, right, back then. But if you're a big wrestling fan, you knew about it. I knew about it. And then CM Punk ended up signing with WWE. Samoa Joe went to TNA. Their career paths went in a different direction. One went to the bigger company, and one went to a company, was solid, but didn't get anywhere as big as WWE. And they haven't crossed paths until tonight. And all right. So before we go to our first match, we got CM Punk, who just came down to the ring. Actually, didn't even go in the ring. Went to get a microphone and basically hyped up this town they're in, hyped up the fans, and say that he's going to win the Owen Hart tournament. He's going to win the match against Samoa Joe. He's going to win the tournament, and he's going to do it in honor of Owen Hart. And now obviously got a pop from the crowd because Owen Hart is treasured here, especially in Saskatchewan and Alberta. And Owen Hart is treasured in all of Canada. The Hart family is treasured all around Canada, obviously. So, yeah. So he did that. So he made a pledge that he's going to win the tournament, win this match, and then win the tournament in honor of Owen Hart. He did it to pump up the crowd, basically. Okay. And yeah, and he's just kind of promoting his main event match later on tonight with Samoa Joe. All right. All right. So yeah, we'll get to the first match. This first semifinal match. Let's get into it. And this semifinal match is between Powerhouse Hobbs and Ricky Starks. And if you've been watching AEW from the beginning, these two have a history with each other. Okay? Okay? And that goes far as back the faction. They have a Taz, and then Ricky Starks. No, Brian Cage left that faction, right? Left that faction to go on his own. And there was a tag team between Hobbs and Starks for a while until Hobbs turned on Starks, where Starks became a babyface. after that turn, right? You all remember that? And so and if you remember the match they had 2 years back, 2021, I think it was. I think that's when Hobbs turned on Stark. Hobbs in their first match against each other back then, I believe Hobbs got the win. So this time, it would be different, right? It would be different. And so this match, Hobbs is obviously accompanied by QT Marshall, that woman, and Aaron Solo. I don't know the woman's name. I forget. Okay? So, obviously he had help, right? By his side, there to make sure he wins. And this match was really, really good. It was fun. Two guys who have history with each other, going back sometime in the early years of AEW. Ricky Starks never got his win over Hobbs. I'm pretty sure Ricky Starks never defeated Hobbs, or at least in a singles match. Okay? And this match was good. It was Power Hobbs definitely used his power and strength here. Obviously, his name is Powerhouse Hobbs, so makes sense, right? And Ricky Starks used his arsenal, his moving arsenal. He's more finesse, technical sound than Hobbs. And two completely styles of wrestling do work well together in wrestling. They do work. They do work. And it worked here. This match was fun and good. You could tell in this match that they did not forget their history with each other. You could tell in this match that they brought up the history with each other. And AEW did do a vignette, or not really a vignette, but more of a video clips of the relationship between Hobbs and Starks, and where they were from the beginning and where they are now. And like I mentioned, right? This match is great, man. It was a good match. Now, okay. Where's my buddy? I gotta find somebody here. No, I want to. If he wants to come on. Okay? And this match was actually really good. It was fun. Hobbs doesn't get the win. He hit the spine buster on Starks. Get the win, the 1, 2, 3, by. It's so weird. It was so weird. This is reverse distraction. I call this a reverse distraction, unintentional reverse distraction, I would call it, okay? Because the way the finish of this match was strange. You usually don't see this. In wrestling. AEW tends to do little things different sometimes, right? And this is clearly one of them. So as Hobbs was pinning Starks, QT Marshall was on the ring, getting the referee's attention. All Aubrey Edwards is focused on is QT Marshall. Stop doing this! Get off the ring! You can't be here! You can't distract us! And while QT Marshall is telling her, he's pinning her! He's pinning her! He's pinning her! He's pinning him! He's pinning him! Turn around, ref! He's pinning! Count! And the referee is like, you can't be here! You can't be here! You get off! And for like half a minute, get off! I was laughing my ass off because usually a heel manager would distract a face, right? Would make sure a face is in a position to get the pin, not a heel. heel, not another heel like Hobbs. And Hobbs is like, what the hell's going on? He's like, gets up, and goes to QT Marshall. Like, what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? I'm trying to tell her. And unfortunately, that distraction cost Hobbs where Starks did that amazing flying spear, his finisher, and got 3 count over Hobbs. And so So, what happened afterwards, Starks quickly got out of there, but Hobbs was not really happy. So he was at QT Marshall, very frustrated, very pissed off, did not attack QT Marshall. Solo got in and tried to diffuse the situation between QT and Hobbs, but Solo managed to get Spinebuster by Hobbs. He was not having any of it. Okay? And then that lady comes in. He's like, "Okay, okay, you're." So it was a misunderstanding. It was a mistake, and Hobbs just leaves the ring, pissed off, right? So I do definitely think Rhea Hobbs faced her at some point, and it's gonna take time, right? It's gonna take I don't know. You know what? You're gonna do the slow face turns. We're finally seeing it. All right. So yeah, there we go. All right. So Mickey Starks in the finals. Mickey Starks in the finals for the Owen Hart tournament on the men's side. And like I said, the female semifinals match between Athena and Nightingale has been delayed, postponed to Rampage on Friday because of the apparent injury to Nightingale. Doesn't seem serious at all. Maybe just bruise or something like that, or maybe it takes a week to heal. Okay. Well, that's good, right? Now, let's get to and let's remember next week on Collision. After Collision, there's going to be Battle of the Bells. So it's going to be 3 hours next week on Saturday. Okay? Hardy Cameron is her name. Okay? The next match, we got a women's match between Julie Hart versus somebody. And Julie Hart gets the win here. That's it. Her first match, I don't know how long. I don't know how long it is. I don't know. All she did was one the elbow by Hart, chops the knee her for and locks in the hammerlock, crossface for the win, and that's how she gets the win. The victory over whoever her opponent was. I don't know. I'm sorry. Forgive me. But then we see Malachi Black explaining why he took Andrade's mask. It's because Andrade did not become who he was until he took the mask off. Black became himself when he presses on. And right now, Andrade is in a and Andrade is feuding with the House of Black. Now, like, what's ironic about this, WB side, remember, Malachi Black was married to the Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega used to be the manager for Andrade. Andrade is married to Charlotte Flair, right? So I'm interested where this is going. And we're going to discuss Battle for the Belt after this, see what's up with that. Okay? Because, yeah. Now we got Andrade responding to Malachi Black being interviewed. And he explains what's important about the mask. And you know in Mexico why wearing a mask is important. It's the culture, it's family, his country, and it's all about Latin people. Right? And very, very basic explanation, and one that makes perfect sense if you know the history of Mexican wrestling. Okay? And there's always been in wrestling where they face a luchador or whatever, somebody is with the mask. Always want to disrespect somebody with the mask and the heritage and the cultural impact of a wrestler wearing a mask, what it means. And yeah. All right. And we're obviously going to get that one-on-one match at some point, right? So next we got a really good tag team match. A really good tag team match. A great tag team match. Okay? In this tag team match, Bullet Club, the Bang Bang Gang, which is Juice Robinson and Jay White. In this match, if they defeat FTR, they do get a title match, a tag team title match. If they don't get one. It's an elimination kind of title thing. They have to win this match to get a title match, right? It's basically a number one contender match. If they defeat the champions, you get a title match. And this match went on 25 minutes, and this was a fun match. Really good match. The psychology. The psychology, the moves, just the impact. And right now, Bullet Club is feuding with FTR, Ricky Starks, and CM Punk, right? They've been going at each other, right? Well, and this match is so good, man. So good. I like this match. But this match had everything, really, for a good tag team match that did not need to involve all that much weapons. And it was not chaotic like a lot of AEW tag team matches. Okay? Right? But as you know, they get as you know, as expected, Jay White and Juice Robinson get the win. Get the win here. blind tag goes up, and they get the win, and they become number one contenders for the tag team titles, AEW Tag Team Championship. Was a classic. Yeah. Also, backstage, they confronted each other. And Jay White said to them, which is true, he is correct, that they defeated them 2 weeks in a row, or whatever. And that they could, you know what, how about we make it a 2 out of 3 match for the tag team titles? And Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood accepted. So their tag team title match is going to be 2 out of 3. So you need two wins, either pinfall, disqualification, count out, submission. You need 2 of those out of 3 falls to win, right? And whoever wins is the tag team champion. Still, right? And that's going to be fun. I mean, how they going to top this match? That's because this match is really good. I think it's this match set a high bar. How are they going to top this match? If you really ask my opinion, that's my concern. But I have no doubt it could be a good match. But my concern is how are you going to top this match? Because their match is going to be 2 out of 3, and it's for the titles. This is just for the right to face FTR for the titles. And it was a great match. One, maybe arguably the best Collision match so far. But now this, how are they going to win up this match with tag team titles on the line? And you got to win 2 matches out of 3. I don't know. It could be a tough. Here. There, it's funny for you guys there, okay? But yeah, I can't wait for this match. I really hope your tag team title match is just as good as this match, even though it's 2 out of 3. I really hope. Now we get this match between Scorpio Sky and Action Andretti. Good match, not a bad match. Scorpio Sky gets the win here. And he's back in the ring. Scorpio Sky has been on hiatus for a while now. Always been really underrated if you talk to people that are not just the industry, but just people who know wrestling. I always felt Scorpio Sky was always very underrated. And I agree because he's actually pretty good in the ring. And yeah, so okay. And we're going to discuss Battle of the Belts after. Short review. This match between Samoa Joe and CM Punk was really good. I don't know how I can compare it to the Ring of Honor matches because they have those Ring of Honor matches. I think there's like an Iron Man match among those trios. So obviously, I don't know, right? They only have about like maybe 15, 18 minutes to put on a good match. And this match, I know it's a semifinal match, but the way they build up this match it was more than just a semifinal match between the two. As I said earlier in the stream, the history with each other. AEW, those two promoted their Ring of Honor trio matches heavily. And because they want now more of the mainstream audience, since they're on TNT or TBS, TNT, to see these two go at it. Because remember, they were both at WWE, but they were never in WWE at the same time. Punk left WWE in 2014, 2 years before Samoa Joe arrived in WWE in 2016. So they never crossed each other since the Ring of Honor days when they're both in the company at the same time, and then they decided to go their different direction for their career. Like Punk signs with WWE 2004, 2005, right? And Samoa Joe goes to TNA Impact, but they both end up at WWE. It's just that different times. Punk walked out 2 years before Joe showed up. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I have no proof on this. Obviously, I can't prove this, but I would think that I like to believe, if obviously it's hypothetical, I would like to believe that if Punk did walk out and he stayed in WWE and Joe came to WWE around the same WWE, and they were WWE at the same time, I would have believed they would have done something in WWE, CM Punk or Samoa Joe. But obviously that's not the case. AEW decided to do something between the two. Okay? All right. This match was actually pretty good. It was fun. It was hard hitting. I mean, obviously, we got Punk and Samoa Joe in the match. There's no love lost between the two. It's always going to be hard hitting. Always want to up each other in the match. And Punk gets the win with a roll up after not able to hit the GTS, and Samoa Joe was not able to lock in the rear naked. Well, he was able to lock in the rear naked choke, but Punk rolls him up for the win. I guess this is his first win against Samoa Joe. I guess those trio matches, Samoa Joe always got the win. After the match, can't trust the man. You can't trust Samoa Joe. After the match, what happened here was Punk, they stared each other down. Fans are chanting Owen Hart because this tournament's about Owen Hart. So, Punk is advancing. To face Ricky Starks at the finals for the Owen Hart Cup tournament, right? Next week. But the fans are chanting. Joe extends his hand. Punk shakes it. But Joe was just suckering him in. The whole time. Suckering Punk the whole time. And Joe blocks in the rear naked choke and Punk is out. Joe was not done. There was unconscious Punk laying down on the mat. Joe was not done. He rolls out and he wants to get a chair, do more damage, obviously, to Punk. But FTR came in to make the save for Punk at the end of the show. So while Punk won, and it's going to win the finals to face Ricky Starks. And at the end, at the top of the stage, you saw Ricky Starks looking on. Because Ricky Starks and CM Punk are going to face each other in the finals for the Orange Cup tournament. Solid match, solid show. There's a lot of stories going on. I believe next week, Battle of the Belts. Let me check. Let me check. So AEW Collision is not going to be 3 hours itself. It's going to be live next week. But then we're going to battle belts after Collision, okay? And we do have some matches set up for Battle of the Belts. Shawn Spears is going to face Christian and Luchasaurus for the TNT title. Former Ty Dillinger, Shawn Spears, the chairman of the AEW. And next week's on Collision, obviously we're going to have the finals between Punk and Starks, but we're going to have a 2-out-3 tag team match between FTR against Jay White and Juice Robinson. And other matches on the card will be Soho or Sky Blue versus Athena or Willie Nightingale. So whoever wins the semifinals match between Soho or Sky Blue will face whoever wins the semifinals match between Athena and Nightingale. And in the finals, Ricky Starks versus CM Punk versus CM Punk. So fun show overall. We got the tournament finals. Wrapping up next week for the men. Hopefully the women can get their stuff in. But yeah, do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, comment below, and can't wait for Blood and Gory, Blood and Guts, not Blood and Gory, Blood and Guts, because maybe Kota Ibushi. Oh, maybe. Just like, share, subscribe, and comment below. Take care, guys.